નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. સ્ટેન્ડર્ડ 10th, સબ્જેક્ટ સાયન્સ, chapter 10, light reflection and refraction. So, dear students, you know that the previous classes you learned what is reflection and refraction also partly you learned, not fully is all. Okay. Now we'll see what is light. What is light you are saying? So light is a form of energy which enables us to see. Through the light we are able to see that. See, we see a variety of objects in the world around us. However, we are unable to see anything in the dark room. See, in the dark room you cannot see the objects or the things. On lighting up the room, things becomes visible. Then we are able to see the things. What makes the things visible? Then who will make the things visible? During the day, the sunlight help us to see the objects. So what is visible? Due to the sunlight. All objects, you know that an object reflects light that falls on it. See, when the light falls on the object, it is reflected. So this reflected light, when received by our eyes, see, the reflected by light and received by our eyes enable us, or we are able to us to see the things. Clear now? So this is the we are able to see through a transparent medium. You know that transparent, for example, glass, the light is transparent through the it. So there are number of common wonderful phenomena associated with the light. So many wonderful excellent phenomena are associated with the light, such as image formation by the mirrors, the twinkling of the stars, the beautiful colors of the rainbow, bending of light by a medium, and so on. So these are all the concepts we are going to study in this lesson. Okay, and then you will learn more detail about this. A study of the properties of the light help us to explore them. See, a study of the properties of light help us to examine them. By observing the common optical phenomena around us related to the light and visual around us, we may be conclude that light seems to be travels in the straight line. See, by observing the all other phenomena surrounded us, so we are concluded that light travels in the straight line. The fact that a small source of light casts a sharp shadow, you know that whenever light falls on the object, on its opposite side, the shadow will be forming to the straight line of the path, usually indicated a ray of light. So, light indicated by the the path of the light indicated by the ray of light. Okay. So, in this chapter, we shall study the phenomena of reflection and refraction of the using the straight line of propagation of the light. These basic concepts will help us to study some of the optical phenomena in the nature. Okay, now we'll see that. See, here is given in the which one yellow colored box. See, look here. If an object, say, if an object on the path of the light becomes very small. See, these are all interaction, but here you see this yellow paragraph. You will one important question: what is diffraction of the light? D-I-F-F-R-A-C-T-I-O-N, diffraction of light. See, if an object, opaque object on the path of the light becomes very small, light has a tendency to bend around it and not work in the straight line. Such effect is called as, an effect of this known as the diffraction of the light. Dear students, this you have to remember definition. It's very important definition for the 10th standard. So what do you mean by diffraction of the light. See, you know that when an opaque object on the path of the light becomes very small, so when the light, you are passing through the light, an opaque object falls or very small object. So light has a tendency to bend around it. Suppose if you are passing the light on the razor blade, the razor blade. So in all the four side corners it is bending, not walk through in the straight line. Such effect is known as diffraction of the light. Okay. Then the straight line treatment of optics using the ray fails. So straight line will not go. To explain this phenomena such as diffraction, light is thought of a wave. So due to this investigation or due to the experimental of this diffraction, so light is thought as it is a wave. It is a wave in the experimental basis. So light is considered, earlier it was thought that light is a particle. But after the diffraction, that is concluded or opinion is due to this opinion, so light is considered as a wave. But later, again in the beginning 20th century, it became known that the wave theory of light often becomes inadequate treatment of the interaction of the light with matter. See, but later in the 20th century, so what will be there? See, this one treated, the light is waves are treated with the interaction of the light with matter, then the light often behaves as stream of particles. So then later, so light is considered as stream of particles due to the interaction of light with matter. Okay. So this confusion about the truth, see, some believe that now light is a wave, then some after the complete here experimental basis of interaction of the light with matter, light is considered a stream of particles. So this got the confusion about the true nature of the light still continued for some years. Okay, this confusion whether it is a wave or stream of, but now till years a modern then what will happens? This confusion about the nature of the light continued for some years. Now the modern quantum theory of the light emerged to come into the view that light is neither a wave nor a particle. The new theory recognizes that, or experimental base proves that the light, the particle law, light shows the particle properties with the wave nature. So in the dual form, see, light shows the particle properties with the wave nature. Okay, so this way light shows in the dual in the nature. Clear, students? Now we will see the properties, see, reflection of light. See, already you know that properties you learned. Properties of the light just you will discuss. See, you know that it is an electromagnetic in waves. See, light is an electromagnetic wave. It travels in a straight line. It has dual in the nature, particle and waves. Light casts shadow. Speed of the light, remember here, speed of the light is in vacuum or in the air is 3 multiplied by 10 raised to 8. 3 multiplied by 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Okay. Then when light fall on the surface of shiny surface of the shiny, it shows reflection. And it falls in the transparent medium, shows the refraction. So what this we are studying now. So now we will see what is reflection of the light. What is reflection? So you know that when light bounces back after striking the polished surface or shiny surface, say when light is bouncing back or returning back after striking the polished surface or shiny surface, this is we are calling the reflection of light. Okay, a highly polished surface such as mirror reflects of most of the light falling on it. That you have already learned, that is the loss reflection of light. In the previous classes you learned the loss of reflection also. Loss of reflection. So what do you mean by the loss of reflection? You know that Angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Angle of I is equal to angle of R. See, for example, take a plane mirror. When light passes and it will return to this, and between there is a normal line, normal will be there. This both when incident ray, see, then angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Then second object is the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of the incidence all lie in the same plane. So this is the laws of reflection. And remember also, so this you already learnt in the previous classes. And these of the laws of reflection are applicable to all the type of reflecting surfaces, including the spherical mirrors. Okay, you are familiar with the formation of an image by the plane mirror. See, these laws will be including even all the other spherical mirrors. See here given, you are also familiar with the image by the plane mirror. You know that plane mirror property is what? Plane mirror, what you learned. Okay. And plane mirror, you know that it shows virtual and erect image. It shows when you look through the image, see your what properties of the image. Image formed by the plane mirror is always virtual and erect. Virtual and erect. See, when the object is placed here in front of the mirror, plane mirror, it seems to be same as it is. But virtually, this is virtual, it's imaginary. Imaginary image you have to feel, not actual, real image, not image. What you are saying? Imaginary image you have to get. Imaginary, virtual you are saying. Then the size of the image is equal to the objects. So what the object you are placing, the same height or the same length equal to the object. Then the image formed as is far behind the mirror as the object is in front of it. So the distance of the object also, how much distance you have placed in front of the mirror, same distance will be in the back side of the mirror also. Okay, as far behind the mirror of the mirror. Further, the image is laterally inverted. Laterally inverted means, suppose for example, when you are showing the left hand in the front of the mirror and the right hand showing, and the right hand showing, if you are raising, it seems to be the left hand. So this is, we are saying, laterally inverted. Okay, so like this way, these are the properties of the plane mirror. The real image and actually real image and virtual image means what? So real image, it is formed when the light rays actually meet. It can be obtained on a screen. So real image means it is formed when light rays are meeting. So it you will get on the screen and it is inverted. Inverted means reverse. You know that upside down we are able to see. In virtual, not like this. It is formed when the light rays appear to meet, like imaginary, and cannot be obtained on the screen. But the image is erect, straight one. Okay, so these are the things. So here activity 10.1 is given. Take a large shining spoon. Try to view in your face in the curved image. So you know that do you get the image is the smaller or larger? Okay, move the spoon slowly and away from your face. Observe the image. How does it image? Reverse the spoon and repeat the activity. How does the image? Compare the characteristics of the image on the two faces. So dear students, if you are holding the spoon in your face side, then we will get a first concave mirror, concave, and another one is convex, back side is convex. In the concave mirror, you will observe that you will get your image is little bit what you are saying, inverted manner. Inverted means it you are what, upside down, and large means that is shows the bigger in the size. But if you are seeing the back side of the convex mirror, then you will see the same size. and as well as the smaller in the size. So these are the things we are able to see in the shining spoon. The curved surface of the shining spoon should be considered as a curved mirror. See, the curved surface of shining spoon could be considered as a curved mirror. The most commonly used type of curved mirror is the spherical mirror. So it is, spherical mirror is most probably considered as a spherical mirror. The reflecting surface such as mirrors can be considered to form a part of the reflecting surface. Such mirrors can be considered to form a part of the surface of a sphere. This curved mirror, part of the surface of a sphere. Such mirrors whose reflecting surfaces are spherical and are called as spherical mirrors. See, the reflecting surface of mirrors can be considered to part of the part surface of a sphere. This curved surface is a part of the sphere. Such mirrors whose reflecting surfaces are spherical and are called as spherical mirrors. And remain this spherical mirrors we will discuss in the next video. Okay, students. Till that, bye bye. Thank you for joining us.